Hey guys, my name is Liz. Welcome to the channel. This is gonna be my very first video. Today, I'm gonna be talking about my planned C-section that I had 2 months ago. I'm gonna be talking about baby updates, my pregnancy, my daily vlogs with my kids, my routines with a toddler and a baby. You're gonna see different stuff in here. If you would like to see those stuff, make sure to subscribe and let's get to the video. Okay guys, so always I had this in my mind. I don't know, it was something that I couldn't like stop thinking about it. I always thought that I could never have kids. When I first met my husband, we were dating and then I got pregnant, and when I was about 8 weeks already, I had a miscarriage. 3 months after the miscarriage, I got pregnant again with my son. I was scared in the first weeks. Like I said, I had a miscarriage, so I didn't know if I was gonna go through the same thing. But I was nervous about it, I was scared, I didn't want to think about it. I had a healthy pregnancy, everything was going great. When I got to 36, 37 weeks, I noticed that I had a pain like all the way up in my ribs, and it was a sharp pain. So I went to my doctor and I was like, hey, like I had these pains that I could even sleep at night. Every time I tried to sleep, I had to sleep my arm like all stretched out, like under my husband's back. And I asked my doctor if he can induce me. And then he was like, I'm sorry, but I can't, because for me to induce you, you need to have 39 weeks. And you don't have 39 weeks, you just turned 37. And I'm like, I was like, you know what, okay, that's fine, let me just wait and all that. Since I turned 37 weeks, he couldn't do anything. So he was like, just wait 2 more weeks, I'm gonna sign the papers. Here you go, sign those papers. This is the day that you're gonna be in the hospital, and we go from there. So the day came, it was January 30. I had to be in the hospital at 3 in the morning. So I went over there at 3 in the morning, and I just said my name. They took me to the room. They checked me if I was dilating, and I was 2 centimeters dilated. And they put, all the things that they put on your body, like injections and all that. The nurse told me, oh, your doctor, he's gonna be here at 5. So hours passed by. I'm having contractions. They were not painful. I just feel like a big pressure, but that's it. It was 5. My doctor came into my room. He checked me again. When I went to my 37 weeks appointment, he checked me and I was 2 centimeters too. So, and he's like, you've been in 2 centimeters for like 3 or 4 weeks. I'm gonna need to break your water and we go from there. And I'm like, okay. So when he was trying to break my water, since I went 2 centimeters, I was super close. It was uncomfortable, it was painful. And the doctor looked at me and he's like, I need you to stay still so I can break the water. And I'm like, oh my God, but it hurts. And he's like, but I need you to stay still. And I'm like, I can't, because it hurt. He called the nurses. They're like, hey, you guys come over here. And I'm like, all right, okay, what's going on? And then he's like, I'm gonna have him to put the epidural so I can be able to break the water. And I'm like, oh my God, like, is it gonna hurt? And he's like, no, you're just gonna feel a little pinch and all that. And I'm like, okay. So everybody left. I stood by myself in the room. They put the epidural, and then he came back into the room and he broke my water. I didn't feel anything. I just feel my belly just like getting like empty, like all the water. I can still water, but I didn't feel no pain. I remember that he said, yeah, he said it. He's like, so I broke the water. I'm gonna be back in 2 hours. So if you're, if you're dilating more. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. 2 hours passed by, he came back to the room. He checked me again. He's like, you're still in 2 centimeters. I was getting frustrated because I'm like, is that bad? And he said, yeah. He's like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to perform a C-section. And I'm like, C-section? And he's like, yeah, because the baby's been there for 2 hours, no water, he can get an infection. And I'm like, I got scared. And I looked at my husband, he's like, everything's gonna be okay, you got this. And all I remember, it was sad, because my mom looked at me like she wanted to be there, I don't know, like, she wanted to see me pushing the baby out. And I was prepared, like, I prepared my mind and everything, like, I was ready to push the baby out. And then, but when he told me that, I was like, damn, like, I'm not gonna be able to push the baby out, but that's fine. So they put the epidural and everything, then they took me to the room. They performed the C-section, everything went great, the recovery went great. I was in my room in like an hour or less than an hour with my baby, and yeah. 2 years passed by, and I got pregnant again, my third pregnancy, and that's when I found out that I was having a daughter. And I was happy because, you know, not a lot of people get to have a boy and a girl. I was really happy. And then on my third appointment, he told me that I was gonna be a C-section. And I'm like, for real? And he's like, yeah, because you're a high risk. And I'm like, I'm a high risk. And he's like, yeah, because you had a miscarriage before on the first time. You had a emergency C-section. She's gonna be a C-section. When you turn 39 weeks, that's when I'm gonna perform the C-section. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Everything went good as well. Like, everything was going good. My blood tests, they were all like super good. And when I turned 37 weeks again, I started to have the same pain again, and I got scared. I'm like, why am I having this pain again? Like, isn't not every pregnancy different? So I went to my doctor. I told him about the pain that I was having again, and he's like, just wait, because I already signed the papers for your C-section. You know, I can't do anything about it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. 39 weeks came up. The day before the C-section, I had to go to this office when they draw your blood, fill your information in the computer, so that way when you go on the date that you're scheduled for the C-section, that way they have everything already in the system. I thought it was good. I was like, okay, so it's way easier this time. You know, I just go, say my name, go over there. They checked me, but they didn't tell me if I was dilating. They just put me in this room. I was in the room with my husband. My mom stood outside, and she had to stay outside because she couldn't go inside. The nurse, she came to my room and she asked me, are you okay? I'm like, I looked at her and I'm like, yeah, why? And she's like, no, because I see you having some serious contractions, like, you know, like you're having contractions every 2 minutes and like pretty high ones. And I'm like, I don't feel anything. She's like, yeah, I can see the contractions on my monitor. And I'm like, she's like, if you feel any pain or something, let me know, because I don't want you to give birth right here. And I'm like, I'm not gonna give birth right here. I'm not feeling no pain. And she's like, just let me know, okay? So my C-section was scheduled for 7:30. It was 6, and the nurses came to my room. They put the epidural again, and my doctor got there at 7. And I was like, damn, this going pretty fast. Like, you know, everything's like on point, like. But no, I heard him that he was fighting with the nurses. I heard, why do you put the epidural so early if you don't have a room for me? That's when I looked at my husband and I got scared. And I was like, oh, like, is it something wrong going on or something? And then he's like, I don't know. So the doctor went to my room and he told me that they don't have a room available yet because they're doing an emergency C-section first. As soon as they done, they're gonna put me in the room. An hour passed by, another hour passed by, and I was still in the room waiting for a room to be available. And I started to feel my legs again. And he called the nurse. The nurse came in and I told her about it. And she's like, okay, let me just put some more anesthesia. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So she put more anesthesia. She left. And then like around 15 minutes after, I started to have a headache, like a really bad headache. And I couldn't breathe. Like, and my heart was beating so fast. I told my husband called the nurse, and she came in and she said, what happened, mama? And I'm like, I'm having a headache. Like, I have a headache. And she's like, for how long? Well, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes. And then when she looked at the monitor, my blood pressure was super low. My blood pressure was like 36 over 30, 40 something. I don't know, something like that. And I got scared. She's like, no, mama, you need to tell me before. Look, your pressure's going down. I'm gonna go get the medicine so I can bring that up. She came back, she put the medicine, everything was good. My headache went away. I was good. And then I keep having this like every 15, 20 minutes. I keep calling the nurse. Hey, this and that. She keep putting medicine, she keep putting anesthesia. The doctor came in, he's like, oh, we're gonna take you to the third room. We're gonna perform the C-section over there because they still have not a room for me. This nurse came in and she's like, oh, no, doctor, you can stay here. Te puedes quedar aquí because we have a room for you now. And I was like, oh my God, great, finally. So they took me to the room. On my way over there, I was having this thing again, like the headache. I was breathing like, I was taking deep breaths because I couldn't breathe like normal. My heart was beating fast, and I don't know, everything was blurry. I felt like I was gonna faint. So I told the nurse, and she just kept putting medicine and more anesthesia, medicine. They never did this before. You know, they didn't do that for my son. My son, they just put the epidural once and that's it. But they just keep putting anesthesia, you know, back and forth. So I looked at my husband and I was like, am I gonna die? Like, this is not good. I got scared. But then I got to the room, the doctor was there, but I don't see my husband. And they were like, no, your husband's coming. He's cleaning up, you know, he's getting dressed and all that. And I'm like, okay, I need him here now. And we're just gonna start. He's gonna be here soon. And I'm like, no, I don't want you to start until my husband's here, because I couldn't breathe. Like, I need him by my side. And they were like, okay. So the doctor grabbed my hand. He started praying. I started crying because, you know, I was nervous about it. This is the first time this happened to me. And after that, he said that everything's gonna be good. And then my husband got there, he grabbed my hand, and then they started the procedure. I heard my baby cried. It was the most beautiful thing. And it was such a relief because I knew that she was good. And then they keep going because they cleared my tube, so that way I don't have no more kids. I'm not planning to have no more kids. I'm just gonna stay with my two, my son and my daughter. They closed me up. They put me in the recovery room. I was there for like 30 minutes. I remember I was telling my husband, hey, can you help me move my legs so that way I can feel them and they see that I'm moving my legs, so they can send me to the room. And he was helping me all the time. The nurse came in, she's like, can you move your legs for me? So I moved my legs. And she's like, okay, you're good to go to your room. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So she took me to the room. My mom was there, my baby was there. And I was so happy because I was able to go to the room, see my husband, my daughter, and my mom, because I thought that I was gonna die. Then because it was crazy, like how they were acting and stuff. I don't know, they were acting weird. So no, thanks God that I'm here right now with my two kids. Right, Jaden? Love you. So I'm here with my two beautiful kids. You know, I get to enjoy them, you know, have fun and all that. And that experience, it was horrible. And I don't want to go through it again. That was pretty scary. If the first time was good, the second time was that bad, I cannot imagine the third time. No, I just stay like that. So here's my baby Kailianis. Mira, mamas. Mamas. ¿Qué fue, mamas? So yeah, guys, so that's it for this video, and I'm gonna be posting again next week. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to subscribe down below, and I have a family channel as well, so make sure to subscribe that too. I'm gonna put it down here in the description box. And yeah, that's it, and see you guys next week. Bye.